All right, folks, we're live. Got a friend joining me today. Um, we'll have up in the conversation of which halftime shows we like more, TPUSA's or Bad Bunny. Also in conversations, do you think Puerto Rico should become a state, officially for the states? Which show did you think was better? But today we're also going to be reacting to Asmongold's video and reacting to the whole Jillian Maxwell situation. So, give me 1 second, y'all. We got a lot on the schedule for today, and it'll be a short live, but the number is right up there if you want to call. It's 203-309-1911 if you want to call and join in. May not have the lines open in the beginning, but we'll bring them in. Let's get started. All right. And all right, here we go.
r/conspiracy going crazy over Gizzy. Ghislaine Maxwell. Okay, let me pull this up and find it. So this is the conspiracy post we got going on here. Let me see how I pull it up. So they think it's a different person. Is that it? This is not a same person. So people think it's a different guy or a different person. I mean, okay, let me see where the other image is. Yeah, here's another one right here. So they think this is a different Ghislaine Maxwell. As a portrait artist, here are the different facial features that I noticed in Ghislaine Maxwell's 2026 appearance. So eyebrow shape looks different. Eyelids should sag more over time, especially since Ghislaine had hooded eyelids. Now she has a double eyelid. Note possible with surgery. Yeah, but how could she have gotten surgery if she was there? Noses do get bigger in old age and with menopause, but it looks completely different than the original. It's also more of a button nose, which is wider and shorter. This is not logical for cosmetic surgery / rhinoplasty. That's a nose job. And or hormonal changes. A few inconsistencies in lobe fattiness. I don't know about that. Her mouth is wider and the distance between smile lines. Her lips are also...
So this is the same thing they were saying about Jeffrey Epstein. The nose didn't match the person's body's nose that they supposedly replaced it with, allegedly replaced the body with. Also, the ears were not matching. Um, I wouldn't put it past them to do that. Whoever did it.
more defined, sharp, and flat. This could be a result of stopping lip filler. Her chin is also widely different in a way that no plastic surgeon would do. The position of her chin or prominent chin bone moves up a centimeter, which is part of the skull shape. What the fuck?
Excuse the language.
So they think this is a fake. This is the fake one? What the hell is this? I don't know if this is real or not, guys. I'm not sure. Oh, here we go. Looks the same? Yeah, definitely. Is it the same person? I mean, if I can just pull this back, like, I mean... I mean, I'm not convinced by this. I'm gonna be honest. Like, this does not convince me. Like, this one, I think it's really the nose, in my opinion. The nose does kind of shift things. But, like, here's the other issue I have, right? Is that, if I pull this up, well, if you look at the way a person's face looks with different camera lenses, it's going to be way different, right? And so, like, and I've showed this before, is that you have people with different camera lenses and they do look different. But like, here's the difference to me though, right? Because like, you look at this, is that in every single one of these, except for that, he's looking down in that one, so it's a little bit different. But like with none of these, the nose is not, it just doesn't look that same way, right? I mean, like, damn. I don't know, guys. Like, I asked Grok to analyze the photos. I mean, I don't think it's really gonna do that. You want me to be honest? Like, I could do it and just see what happens, but I really don't think it's gonna go anywhere. And so I'm gonna go and say Super Grok.
The ads, y'all.
Where is it here? Where's the image of this bitch? Where the fuck was it? God damn it. Okay, alright, I'll do it like this, it's fine. Okay, let me go and just pull this up. MS Paint, nope, wrong one. MS Paint. Alright, no, we'll try it out. No, it's alright, it's alright. Let me black this out too real quick because it might confuse it with this right here. Okay, because it might, you know, like, it's the AI, right? And so save, Jizzlane. Who cares? Okay, yeah, so there we go. All right, so I'll try it out. We'll see what happens, okay? We're gonna get into this. We're gonna figure it out. So, where is this bitch? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Analyze this photo and tell me the differences between these two people. Okay. All right, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out right now. Let's go. Because I'm predicating it on it being two different people. So if it catches me, then that means it's probably fake. Nothing in image, explicit ID, complicating direct tool access. Uh-oh. And so we're gonna figure it out. Grok sucks at this? It might, but we're gonna figure it out. Because the AI will know this. This is why it's smart. It can do this stuff. Look at the missing tattoo on Epstein. I already saw that. The one on his arm. Yeah, I already went through all that. I've seen a lot of these already. Like, y'all need to keep in mind that, like, I mean, I do see the shit on, like, all the crazy stuff that's going on. I see a lot of it, okay? So, let me go and find this here. Her glasses make this one look bigger with the lenses. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just see what it says, though. And that's what really matters. You need to use Gemini at the same time with the same question. You think I should try that, too? Okay, all right, I'm gonna do it. Give me a minute. I'm gonna do it with the Gemini, too. Gemini, ask it, goes, what the fuck is this? Not now, not now. Like, not now. Okay, analyze the photo, upload the photo, there's the photo, okay. And I'm gonna have it be thinking. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on thinking mode. Upload, okay, so this is what it says. Two individuals' faces with red rectangular boxes highlighting specific facial features. It appears to be a screenshot frame from a graphic. I'll tell you the two differences. Key differences: gender presentation, age appearance, facial expression, hair and grooming. The comparison might be from a video or a meme. And the two people seem distinct individuals rather than the same person at different times. Man, so even the AI says it. That's a lot. Holy shit. So the AI even said they look East Asian? Yeah, look at this. So this comparison may be from a video or a meme, but based solely on the photo, the two people seem distinct individuals rather than the same person at different times. What is the likelihood that they are two different people? Give me a percentage. 90, wait, key factors that make them very likely two different people. I'd estimate over 95% probability that they are distinct individuals, not the same person.
Wow.
Oh my God. Gentlemen, we gotta shut this AI shit down, okay? Like, bro, it's poking holes in all these stories and all these narratives. This is bad. And they cloning people over here? Yeah, so what did Gemini say?
Could be that, yeah. Clone them.
Wait, okay. So does it say it's two different people? Of two individuals. Wait, even Gemini, are you that they are two different people? Okay. What does it say? What's it going to say? It's not her, bro. No, no, give it a minute. Give it a minute. This is important. Guarantee of 100%. The anatomical markers in these two photos lean heavily towards them being different individuals. If I were a betting AI, I'd say they were different people.
Hmm.
Man. Man, so you got both of the AIs agreeing with each other that this is. Uh-oh. Oh my God. I don't even know what to say now. And so, is it that puts it on call sheet? Yeah, fucking say you're not suicidal. I am not suicidal. I am not. And this is both AIs. This is with Grok AI and with Gemini and people that are on. And by the way, this doesn't mean it's a different person, right? It doesn't mean that. But like, it is really crazy that this is happening, right? It is. Now do reverse psychology and say they're the same? Well, I don't know about that. And LLMs are extremely good. What is this here? Extremely good at pattern detection like this? Yeah, I mean, maybe, right? But I mean, I could see the pattern being created by a lens type rather than anything else. So in Maxwell,
I'm gonna pause that for y'all, and I'm gonna let you make your own opinion on that. Do you think it's the same person? I mean, yeah, makeup affects it. You know, if she's maybe, I mean, getting some type of treatment for her face, maybe, I guess. With it looks like she got the Botox stuff going on her cheeks or whatever they use nowadays. Reverse plastic surgery, maybe someone said there, but they look way too different. I mean, the nose in the picture so the picture on the left, right, with her in black, as opposed to the one in the glasses, the nose looks a lot more rounded. It just looks different. Y'all think?
might actually not be Ghislaine Maxwell. It might be somebody different. Now, how do we know that? Because there's a post about it on Reddit that says they're different, and there's two AIs that also say they're different. The Google AI says they're different, and Grok AI says they're different. Man, I don't know what to say. How about voice analysis? Well, she doesn't really say enough in order to probably go off of that. She has said the same thing multiple times. So, yeah, why are you calling it? Just because I don't give a fuck about her name. That's the reason why. This is the same for similar people. Well, they already talked about that, though, right? Because, like, the noses do get bigger with old age and menopause. So it was already discussed. So I don't know really what we're talking about here. We already looked at that. Is it just me, or does she kind of look like Mike Myers in the second image? So you think that they had Mike Myers come in and pretend to be her because he's an actor? Oh, that could be it. That's a good point. You're right. And it's kind of crazy, but lately I've developed the fear that any conspiracy theory isn't as crazy as the flat earth that might actually be true. Well, that's going to be the really big one. When we find out that we actually are on the firmament, the flat earth is real, the globetards were all wrong, Galileo guy with those sticks, yep, they came down and they even talked to him. Or maybe he didn't even exist, you know? They made that up in order to create a pattern, right? And it's globe maxing the Argonians, yes. And what is this here? Look at the latest posts on that subreddit. The latest posts on the conspiracy subreddit. Oh God. Okay. Let me see if I can find them. I've got to probably gonna look at that off camera, right? Very clearly. And DOG threatens AI firm with punishment for resisting its use of AI tech for war. I don't know really what that is. It's some other. Kim Kardashian is a trans female. Guys, is this true? Favorite piece of art within hidden messages. Iran war started soon. Timing is really Trump.
Okay. Hello? Can you hear me, bro? Speak up. Hold on a second. Nope, I can't hear you. I'll give you some volume. Speak up. Hmm. I think it's because I have to collaborate you with the stream. Hold on one second, bro. Webcam search, microphone search, webcam. Got you on here. I just gotta do my part. Is your mic by any chance muted or no? Okay, no, I see you. Yeah, I see you shaking your head. Hold on. So I think I have to do some of my. And my bad, bro. You did right. I just had to give you permission to be on the stream, so that's my fault. First time doing this, so I apologize. I have to set the settings for you to be able to speak over to. No, I don't want to unassign you. Give me one moment, bro. Y'all give me one moment. I'm just trying to get everything linked up so that we could get started here. I mean, we already got started, but to continue on with my guest. All right, so monitor and output. So in the audio, I gotta do monitor and output. Yeah, just sit back, relax. Pretty soon, gonna be more stuff going on here. So, no, so the source setting, here it is, collab cam. Here we go. Monitor and output. Speak up, bro.
Yo,
Hello, can you
how's
hear
it
me?
going? Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Nah, I can't hear you. Hold on, I still can't hear you. Feels like your mic is very low because it's not putting out too much.
Can you hear
Okay,
me
that's a
now?
little louder. Yeah, hold on a second. Let me just make sure because I can't hear you on my
I can,
desktop. Let me make sure they hear you
I can get
in
my
the live.
headphones on.
All right, speak up, bro.
Yo, hello, I'm talking just to talk and say things, just so Mel can hear me.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you, but what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to hear you from another source in a sense. Um, because I can hear you on here.
Man, hold up.
You hear the delay?
No, it's not too bad, but let me see what I can do here. I might be able to find a
Yeah.
pair of headphones that can work. I'll give it a shot. Give me a sec.
All right, so can you hear the live, whatever I was playing already? All right, so you see you got the microphone on, monitor and output. I think it's to that. Okay, speak again.
Yo, I don't know if this is any
Oh, there
better.
we go. That's what I needed because now I can hear you on my headset.
Yep.
Because I wanted to
Okay.
because like if you want to like in other words, if I can't hear you on my headset, then and I can only hear you on the phone, there's a delay. And if you have to interrupt me to give your opinion and or just to say anything, I won't hear you until the delay. So now perfect. We're there. I guess
All
people
right,
just have
cool.
to have a mic coordinated into the system. But no, that
Yeah, I
was
gotta check the mic volume.
oh, it's really loud.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yo,
All right,
testing,
boss man.
testing.
Yep, I hear you well. Do you hear me okay? Not too loud now?
No, you good. All good.
Okay, so introduce yourself to my YouTube. What's your name or what do you go by? And tell us a little bit about yourself before I go back into the video.
Man, my name is Steve. I'm just a regular guy trying to make his day through the everyday world. I get, how do I put this? I love my country. I love the people around me, but I'm very frustrated with the way the elite leads the world these days. I work a job. I take care of my family. I take care of my people. But at some point, you start getting frustrated and you see things that need to change. And you wonder, as a person at the bottom of the food chain, so to speak, not saying I'm struggling or anything like that, but
Middle
I
class,
think
per se.
I think people need to rise up and understand that like you can make a difference in your world, and it comes together as community.
Absolutely, I agree. So, just to catch you up on what we're doing here, I'm reacting to Asmongold's TV's post on YouTube. Pretty much, we're looking over his reaction to the Jelaine Maxwell pictures and how they don't seem to match up. I'm actually gonna rewind a little bit so you can get caught up a little bit on what we're doing. And then if you have anything to say or to add to the matter, just go right ahead and just speak up and give us your opinion. Also, just let everyone know, anyone watching the live, the number to call in is at the top left, 203-309-1911. If anyone's watching, we'll go right ahead and open up the lines. But let's go right ahead and I'm gonna um rewind a little bit and see what he was saying here about these pictures and how he pretty much found them to be faulty. Let's go.
I don't know, guys. Like, I asked Grok to analyze the photos. I mean, I don't think it's really gonna do that. You want me to be honest? Like, I could do it and just see what happens, but I really don't think it's gonna go anywhere. And so I'm gonna go and say, Super Grok. Um, where is it here? Where's the image of this bitch? Where the fuck was it? God damn it! Okay, all right. I do it like this. It's fine. Okay, let me go and just pull this up. MS Paint. Nope, wrong one. MS Paint. All right, no, we try it out. No, it's all right. It's all right. Let me black this out too, real quick, because it might confuse it with this right here. Okay, because it might, like, it's the AI, right? And so save, Lane. Who cares? Okay, yeah, so there we go. All right, so I'll try it out. We'll see what happens, okay? We're gonna get into this. We're gonna figure it out. So, where is this bitch? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Analyze this photo and tell me the differences between these two people.
By the way, just to add the context, with my boy Steve watching, I want to let y'all know that he's not a big fan of AI. We may get into the topic of why he doesn't like AI at all. But let me see what he's saying here. Okay, here's what you're gonna do for me, bro. I'm gonna have you open up either on your phone or on your computer. I would best recommend on your phone just the link to the live because I think what it's doing is it's just showing us exactly like our conversation together. Here, hold on a
Gotcha,
second.
man.
I'm gonna text it to
Didn't
you
mean to
real
throw you off.
quick.
I got it.
No, you're fine. I need you to see everything so that you can speak in context. All right, so I just send you the link to the YouTube and you could watch from the YouTube. You may have to put the volume up, obviously, to understand, to hear what he's saying and all that stuff.
Gotcha,
But
man. Didn't mean to throw you off.
that'll at least give you in context what's going on. Can you hear what he's saying in the video at all, like the audio or no?
Yeah, it's coming through.
Okay.
Put the volume up, obviously, to understand. To hear what he's saying and all that stuff.
Yeah, okay.
That'll at least give you a context of what's going on.
Mhm.
Can you hear what he's saying in the video at all, like the audio, or no? Yeah, it's coming through.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Steve, when you told me I'm already live, that's when you fixed the problem because that was telling me I need to do something on my end to give you permission to come on the live. So I appreciate for you for that.
Hey, man, we're just starting out. Troubleshooting's part of the, part of the process.
Yeah, you're right. So have you seen pretty much in an update what everything that's gone on so far in the video?
It's paused on my part, man.
All
Oh,
right,
there we
I'm gonna
go.
go.
We're
Yeah.
chatting a little bit.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna go back to the video to the part where, so this is what he's analyzing. If you see in the video, this is what he's analyzing is the two pictures of Ghislaine Maxwell, one being a free person or one being, I guess, when she was about to get arrested, and then another one being her in jail right now. And he's pretty much analyzing if they match up or not. the pictures.
I mean, hell, it's close enough, man.
No, but
I
watch
mean,
what he does. Watch what he does. I'm gonna play you the video, and then I'm gonna want your opinion. But watch what he does here, moving forward.
okay.
Here, I'm gonna go to the part where he does his little, technical analysis. So right here is where he starts using and that's why I said he uses AI. But right here is where he adds the picture in the video. I mean, into the super grok in Twitter, which I guess it's Twitter's form of AI. And then he asks super grok to analyze the two photos and
Tell me
and
the
watch what happens.
differences between these two people. Okay. All right, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out right now. Let's go. Because I'm predicating it on it being two different people. So if it catches me, then that means it's probably fake. Nothing in image, explicit ID, complicating direct tool access. Uh-oh. And so we're gonna figure it out. Grok sucks at this. It might, but we're gonna figure it out because the AI will know this. This is why it's smart. It can do this stuff. Look at the missing tattoo on Epstein. I already saw that. The one on his arm. Yeah, I already went through all that. I've seen a lot of these already. Like, y'all need to keep in mind that, like, I mean, I do see the shit on, like, all the crazy stuff that's going on. I see a lot of it, okay? So, let me go and find this here. Her glasses make this one look bigger with the lenses. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just see what it says, though. And that's what really matters. You can use Gemini at the same time with the same question. You think I should try that, too? Okay, all right, I'm gonna do it. Give me a minute. I'm gonna do it with the Gemini too. Um, Gemini, ask it. What the fuck is this? Not now. Not now. Like, not now. Okay,
All
analyze
right,
the
so
photo.
I'm gonna have you pause there for a quick
There's the
minute.
photo.
Uh-huh.
What makes Asmongold an expert on AI, and what makes him an expert on identifying different
I'm
people?
not Yeah, I'm not saying that it makes him an expert in any way. I'm just reacting to the video to see what he's saying and forming discussion.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but no, I understand that. But what makes it so? Yes, he's well entitled to his opinion, as are we all. But what makes him say something that says like there's a difference between Ghislaine Maxwell, whether it's AI or whether it's not? It very well could be. I wouldn't be surprised.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm of the opinion that Jeffrey Epstein is probably still alive and stashed
I
away on
am
an
too.
island
Yeah, I
somewhere
am
in
too.
who knows where.
Hmm.
And Ghislaine Maxwell, who was obviously his longtime associate, is still probably locked up. But why would you make a fake body double at this point? Like, I understand the reasoning
Well,
behind it.
obviously to escape accountability. I mean, why? And I
Yeah.
mean, this also comes to the conspiracy theorists who may believe, obviously there's no proof of any of this, but who may believe that people are being cloned. It would make sense to clone people if you're a celebrity and want to disappear and do
When
nefarious
did we get into
things.
cloning?
I mean, that's what he was speaking on too. That's why I wanted you to see all of the video because that's what he brought up. Also, maybe that might be something that was done. I mean, cloning doesn't
I,
exactly do the split image of the person that's cloned, so that's another conspiracy that could be brought up out of this. But the point of everything with all this is stating that what, from my point of view, is stating that when he did his analysis with AI with the two pictures, is that it came back as saying 95% chance of it being inaccurate. I'm not saying that AI is right. I'm not saying that Asmongold is an expert. I'm just reacting to the video and I'm here for discussion.
no, perfect, man. But it's so he's not an expert. He's some dude that streams from his
I
bedroom.
know,
He
I know
doesn't.
who he is. Yeah, I've followed
Yeah.
him for a while. He's a gamer.
Okay.
I know who he is.
Yeah. He's just a gamer. He just has his own opinions, and
But
he's
these
very much
days,
entitled to
though,
that.
But these days, though, another thing. Let me also respond also to what you're saying. These days, people see streamers and gamers and people who are just influencers on YouTube as more accountable than the news because I'm not saying all news lies, but all news have their own agenda. They have their own side that they lean to. So sometimes you can't. Sometimes independent media, independent, accounts are sometimes could be more truthful than the news. So I'm not saying he's an expert, but at the same time, can we believe everything CNN says? Can we believe everything Fox News says? Can we believe everything MSNBC says? No, and that's my point with all, in response to what you're saying.
But those people have fact checkers behind them. They are. I understand there's an agenda behind all of them. That also applies to somebody who's doing it by themselves. Just because he's by himself and speaking his own truth does not necessarily mean he's correct. And now I'm not saying that I disagree with anything that he's saying, but what I'm saying is just the fact that he's using AI to look up information and that the AI says, oh, it's 99.5 correct. That doesn't mean a lot because it's a computer saying that sort of thing. There's no actual fact checking going on. It's just a computer running a search program and saying, oh, yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Okay, well,
AI can be.
hear me out though. If you're refuting what anything that he's doing, then let me hear of you fact check. Do your own research right now in the moment, and if you agree or disagree, then you can refute that
Mm-hmm.
of what he's saying.
When it comes to Ghislaine Maxwell?
Well, just in general, well, in other words, we can research all this stuff, so we can
Mm-hmm.
so in essence, we could, for instance, how accurate is AI with telling the difference?
Now, are you checking AI information with AI?
I'm checking both because you're refuting AI and also just Ghislaine Maxwell. So we could ask both questions.
Mm-hmm.
So originating AI often achieves precision rates up to 97%. There's only a 3% off that it would be in general. So 97 out of 100 times AI is going to be correct. That's
Okay.
one. Another one. How accurate their conspiracy theory? So I did a little bit of researching on if it's Ghislaine Maxwell. I mean, there's a lot of I mean, even you have moneycontrol.com. They said that Ghislaine Maxwell used a body double in prison. Something else is saying that it's fake. The video that they put of Ghislaine Maxwell, where they showed her just walking around in her cell. And then also, Steve, you got to also think of the fact of the whole Jeffrey Epstein situation. I mean, you said it yourself that you don't believe that. Can you hear me?
Okay. And
Hello? Hold on one second. I don't know what happened here, but I think I accidentally booted my friend off, so I'm gonna get him back in here. Uh, Kalatkin. I don't know what I did here. What it did. Yeah, my friend back here. Y'all give me, I apologize for the delay, y'all. Y'all just give me a moment while I technical difficulties. Here we go. All right, we got him back. Yeah, my bad, bro. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Speak up. Okay, I hear you too. But what I was saying is, you yourself said it at the beginning of you joining the stream that you believe that Jeffrey Epstein most likely is alive. He didn't die in prison like what the official narrative was, that he died in prison. So do you think this would be very far-fetched that Ghislaine Maxwell might not actually be that person? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting at.
Given the circumstantial evidence that I've seen, we haven't heard anything about her in public media for a very, very long time. I
Hmm.
think she's had plenty of time. She has plenty of connections to go back underground. What I
Hmm.
think is, I don't think she's going to face any repercussions for what she does, and if they do, there's going to be a patsy for it.
What do you mean by patsy? Specify that term.
Scapegoat.
Oh, scapegoat.
Someone who's
Okay,
going
like
to
a loophole in a sense.
someone who's going to take the fall.
Okay. That's why I like my boy Steve. He always puts me on to new vernaculars. I'll use that in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like that term.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you question what Asmongold is doing in a sense? Do you feel like we should put on someone else who's, I guess, a a professional in the criminal justice and the whole Machiavelli stuff? I mean, does this even have a realm that people study or can be an expert of? I mean, I guess there's a person who studies how people escape jail, and I guess there's a person who they call whenever that does occur. But what would be how would I search that? Is my question to you.
So we're in sort of a strange realm in media with not only AI, like you can create videos, you can fake photos, you can disseminate information, and let's face it, most people they read the first thing they believe online without fact checking, without doing any sort of research.
That is
So
true.
it's very very easy to fool people. I mean, it always has been. I mean, hell, if you want to look back and like hell, you go back to like the 1700s, you get the town criers like, hear ye! Oh, the president has doth been shot. But it's always been very easy to fool the public, and it's easy to hear or see or read the first thing you believe and just go with that.
Hmm.
Critical thinking is never been humanity's strong suit. So you always have to take a look at the first step and then see, okay, well, that might have happened. And then you have to see, well, why did that happen? And then why are they saying this is how this happened?
Hmm.
And then you
And I
see the
want.
after effects of everything else.
And I want to add to what you're saying, Steve, and I want to specify to anyone that will view this video. What he's saying is not in general. Like what he's saying is he's generalizing people over like a mass of people. Over a mass of people, people generally are dumb. They don't think critically. Now there may be one or two people, maybe three or four that are very intelligent, but the mass of the people per capita, there's more dumb people and just in general over massive people as opposed to intelligent critical thinkers. Is that in a
I don't,
nutshell what you wanted to specify or incorrect?
not necessarily. I don't think people are dumb. I just think they're focused too much on their own lives,
Selfish?
not, which is not, no, not even selfish. No, but they want to take care of their families. They want to take care of their jobs. They want to take care of, the things they have going on in their own life. And sometimes it's hard to look outside of that spectrum.
Hmm.
When you like try to dig deep into politics, economy, you know, uh, geography, that sort of thing, geopolitics, I meant to say. But it's hard to look at those sort of things when you're trying to, you work a 9 to 5 job, or help a lot of people these days, especially blue collar, 12-hour jobs. You work
Are you
60 hours
meaning
a
more
week.
like people are distracted as opposed to really?
Yeah. This goes back to, I mean, the Rome. It's the Circus Maximus. You give people bread, 30 kinds of burgers, 30 kinds of ice creams, all the food that you want. You can get any streaming service that you want, and you're entertained.
Hmm.
And you have food, you have entertainment. This comes back to Circus Maximus. And so it keeps people distracted from focusing on issues that actually prevent them from improving their own lives.
Hmm.
Because if they paid attention to politics, they would realize how bad things really are. Not even necessarily politics, but just. I mean, you look at what's going on with Minnesota, Minneapolis. You look what Trump has been doing with the tariffs and that sort of thing, and they see a simple hand wave explanation. They go, "Oh, okay." And I'm not even necessarily shitting on Trump, although I don't. Excuse me, attacking Trump, although that's fine by me. But there is so much going on with both the Democratic and the Republican Party, and they're just running away with all of our money. There has been there are 3 people in the U.S. who own more money than the body 50% of the U.S. population.
What are
Tell
Elon
me
Musk?
in any way that makes any single sense.
Yeah, it's true.
And
I mean,
they don't pay taxes, and they say they pay charities, but they build their own charities and they put the money into those charities.
it's more about pushing their agenda whenever they do charities.
Yeah, and that's the thing is they don't actually.
In between us is the fact that, world hunger can be cured with just a few $1 billion, right? And I mean,
So they are building ice facilities right now. I can't quote the number right now. With the number that they're building ice facilities at this number, we could cure homelessness right now in the U.S.
let's
And
look that
all
up
it is
actually.
is building homes. That's all it is.
We're
Instead,
gonna
we want
look
to build
that up.
prisons.
How much does the U.S. spend on ICE per year budget? All right, let me
It's between
see.
ICE and the DHS, the Department of Homeland Security.
Following a major 2025 funding surge, the U.S. 28.7 to 85 billion in the 2025 to 26 period. This is a massive increase from the previous base budget, around $8 to $10 billion annually. So $85 billion. So not even a tenth of that would cure would solve world hunger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, $8 billion would feed the world. I mean, it would.
And then
Um,
you look at the Pentagon has failed its audit for the last 8 years straight. There are at least $1 trillion missing from the U.S. budget.
well, I mean, during the time of Bush, weren't they not even counting it as part of the U.S. budget? They were leaving
No,
that separate.
no, they said, "Hey, go buck wild."
Oh, hmm.
I mean, I could be wrong. I was a kid then, so I wasn't really tracking stats of that. It could have cured homelessness, hunger, healthcare. Hell, I mean, we gave $40 billion to our.
Eight. George Bush spent $3.1 trillion on the Department of Defense.
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous money. I mean, if you look at how compared
Yeah.
to the next what 4 countries, you combine those 4 countries and they don't equal what the U.S. spends in in their defense budget, which is
Yes, sir.
that's a lot of money. And I mean, it's something that we need to discuss because that's our tax dollars, you know what I'm saying, at play.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We all pay taxes for that. Um, and it's something to where, I feel like we are literally witnessing right before our eyes we're witnessing America collapsing and falling right before our eyes. I mean, that's how I
Oh yeah.
feel. Maybe someone disagrees with me, oh, we're doing great, but honestly, there's dissent with the trust from the government. No one trusts the government now. There's the amount of fraud that's occurred not only in Minnesota and all, with all the the way the system is, where black or brown in a sense, even though it's been our world is more diverse now, right? So it's been evened out the equality, but the fact that mostly black and brown individuals are the ones who get incarcerated. If you commit the crime, I think you should be locked up. But as I was explaining to someone else, you got to look at the whole picture too, because when someone's raised in a neighborhood that's impoverished, that has drug dealing all around, which I was when I was very young. I was in those bad neighborhoods. Gunfights, everyone's drinking liquor or alcohol because there's a liquor store and a gun store right next to each other. You know, um, they were set to fail. I'm not saying that you can't overcome those, um, you know, those
Mm-hmm.
uh, those obstacles, but I mean, it's very hard to overcome, and most people don't overcome. Most people end up dead or in jail. So.
It's it's because again we have these people on the top of the world, and they're like, I got to get my 10th yacht.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, we can't afford to fund school lunches.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
And that.
if you give the brown and black people a chance, I mean, hell, man, that's people are people, dude. It's not like anybody's built expressly for violence. That's something you learn.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's if you grow up in a dangerous environment, you immediately like if you feel like you have a target on your back, you're gonna feel that way for a long time, especially as a kid. It's a learned conditioned behavior, and
Well, and
people who
also
get out of
most.
that,
Hmm. I'm listening.
that
People
I
are actually so much violent when
yeah,
they're caught. Like the person that's
yeah.
comfortable in their skin and is not scared of anyone, they're not going to get violent because they don't see a challenge. So I mean,
Hmm.
and usually, and then you also, I told the person, you also have to analyze generational trauma, um,
Hmm.
and that gets passed down through DNA. And what I mean by that is, it's like when the conservative tells the black liberal, right, for instance, oh, the reason that you didn't get off your ass and do what you got to do. But then I
Hmm.
explained to her is sometimes some people have the problem with, like you said, what was the term? Something thinking. I forgot what the third was. Critical thinking. Sometimes a person has issues with critical thinking because it's passed on through genetics. And what did Jim Crow laws do to the black man in America? You make the mind weak and the body stronger. A lot of Americans don't even know who Jim Crow is. If you don't know who Jim Crow is, look it up. And at the same time, look, I voted for Trump. I'm not a liberal. I don't align. I'm more conservative with my views. Steve tends to be a little bit more liberal with his views, but we're not complete.
Do not call me a liberal. I
I'm
am
not
a
calling you a
liberal.
liberal. Well, left, correct. Let me correct myself. Left. He's more left leaning. I'm more right leaning. But, and I apologize for that. I don't want to label you anything you don't
You're
want to be
good. You're
called.
good.
So, adding to what I was saying is the white man in America cannot look at the black person in America and just be like, it's your fault. You're in slavery affected the black man today. And that's why they're so overly violent or they could be sensitive and prone to violence. That's all I'm going to say. Don't ignore the history. Do you agree or disagree with me on that fact, Steve?
Absolutely. No, the modern generational police force was built from slave patrols.
There you go.
Like there's always been like governance. There's always been the constables, that sort of thing. But the modern police force was built from people trying to track escaped slaves or keep an eye on current slaves.
Hmm.
America has literally been built on the back of black and brown people. And yeah, sure, the white people may have laid a foundation, they might have written down a paper, but the labor and the actual economy has always been generated by people of color.
Well, and what he's explaining there is, like, for instance, the big cotton explosion, the big industry explosion in America
Yep.
was through slavery, the black man picking cotton in the field. That's what he's explaining there. For instance, the same thing happened in Puerto Rico through the sugar cane. And the problem that I
Yeah.
have with all this is that they came in, they exploited all our resources that was supposed to be for our people. It's our land and then pretty much purged the brown. Like for instance, most Puerto Ricans today are light skinned like me, have more of like a 75% tint of light. But that's not the norm. That's not the people who we were. Now, don't get me wrong in stating that I am grateful that I am Puerto Rican. I am grateful that the Spanish did what they did with colonialism. But at the same time,
I can
was it
tell.
invited? Huh? Oh yeah, I know, right? Yeah, but what I'm saying is, and what I was explaining to my friend. So my friend said to me that, oh, she doesn't think like colonialism brought some good, which is true. Colonialism did bring some good. It brought it modernized the world, right? So, but at the same time, my response to that is. Well, people are not going to miss what they don't have, and maybe people miss the freedom of not being so locked into technology. Like for instance, the Amish. The Amish do not miss the internet. They don't miss the TV. They don't miss electricity or certain amenities that we have. You know why? Because they've never experienced it, and if they did, it was a small experience, and they came back to their group. I mean, so that's how it connects my opinion to Puerto Rico. When people say, well, they enriched Puerto Ricans by going there and doing colonialism. No, they didn't. because a lot of that money and a lot of that infrastructure went to America, in which the Tainos were just used for, for manual labor pretty much, you know.
Hmm.
Also, what I wanted to add, to what I was saying with everything in the sense of colonialism and the fact. So what I was explaining to my friend, and I want to get your opinion too. She's more right leaning than me. But what I wanted to bring up is, so I told her, right, and I don't know if you agree or disagree with me on this fact, Steve, but we could go to the numbers, we could go online, we could research everything, right? I said to her that the white man in America has always had an advantage. So whenever the conservatives now, like for instance for the Super Bowl, complain and say, "Oh well, you're taking away from white people by doing these things," and I'm just like. I'm not the biggest fan of DEI. I'm not the biggest fan of socialism, but at the same time, I think more people should have a fair shake. I'm a fan of light socialism in certain areas. Um, for instance, did you know, Steve, that so let me ask you this: what percentage of CEOs in America do you think are white?
Conservative, I'm going to say 83%.
You were very close. It's 74 to 90% of CEOs in America are Caucasian.
Dead center.
Yeah. So you were right on. So my point is when systems like DEI and socialism come up today from the young, you know what I'm saying? Do you wonder why? Do you wonder why, people are saying no, we need socialism, or do you wonder why people are saying we need DEI? I'm not saying I'm a big fan of that either. Especially my opinion is I feel like the best person for the job should get the job. Whether they're brown, black, orange, purple, green, blue, none of that other stuff matters. I think if you're a black man and you're a white man and you're both equally qualified, if either one gets picked, that's fine with me. But with affirmative action, what they address is give the black man the shot to be picked for that position, along with the white man or in spite of the white man. So it wasn't so much a hit on white people. Like someone, I think I sent you the video in which someone very, very articulately explained that when white conservatives complain that, oh, it's racism against white people or you're taking away from white people, no, we never had an even playing field to begin with, so we're just evening the playing field. What's your opinion on that, Steve?
So you threw a little bit at me there, but
Yeah, no, I went on.
no, affirmative action is absolutely the appropriate response.
Hmm.
Because again, if we're going to go back to the generational trauma that you brought up a little while ago, brown and black people, minorities in America, have always been. I mean, shit runs downhill. There's no polite way to put this.
Hmm.
But the white people have always been in trouble. This runs back, if you want to put it all the way back to when people come to Ellis Island, immigrating and all that sort of thing. People were just they were racist against Irish and Italian people,
Oh, I
Polish
saw about
people.
that. Yep, in New York. Yep.
And again, I'm not equating those struggles to those people had today, although they did struggle. But
Hmm.
it's one of those things where the people who have the power will do anything they can to not relinquish that. And when it comes to DAI and affirmative action, what it is the people who need a leg up and who have earned it and who have deserved it get that leg up. That's the way I see it.
Hmm.
And DEI has been just demonized over and time again, diversity, equality, and inclusion, because you need these people in these fields, and no matter what field it is. I mean, I'll give you a very simple example. African Americans, black people, are much more susceptible to getting sickle cell disease,
Hmm.
which is extremely painful, but it doesn't necessarily show any symptoms outside of the pain. And so a white person might look at that and go, "Oh, no, they're fake, and they just want to get high, they just want drugs." But if you have a black doctor, a black nurse, a black, somebody in that medical room, they might recognize that situation and go, "I know what's going on here." I mean, that's simplifying the issue, but it's giving people who deserve their jobs, giving them the chance to, instead of the nepotism that usually goes on with white people, especially in high-paying jobs and elite positions. We are better when we all can come together as a community.
Mhm.
And whether that's in finance, again, any industry, any business. If you have equality at every level, that's socialism right there. But you need people representing everyone else. And I think if we get to that level, it's going to be a lot better. It's going to be a struggle to get there, but I think we're already working towards it. I
So
just think
I'm listening.
I just think if somebody sees somebody that's, I'm not just talking about brown, black, but Asian people, Samoans, anything like that, Asian Island
Pacific
Pacificers,
Islanders.
excuse me.
Pacific Islanders.
Yeah. But it's one of those things. We are a global race these days. We are connected to the internet. We're connected to the phone. We're connected to social media.
Mhm.
It's time to realize that we have a level of quality we have never achieved before in the human race. And we have more access than any before. You could look up any, you've been doing that multiple times. You can access any level of information you can at one point right now, and bam, 5 seconds, you got it.
And you can fact check it too.
Yes.
All right, so moving on, I'm reacting to Jawbreed on YouTube's video. Since I have it in the topic up top, we're gonna switch up to that topic. He says the worst halftime show of all time. Let's see.
Toilet Paper USA put on their own halftime show, and it went about exactly as you might have expected.
I just want to kiss
I've
my
had the worst
feet.
I mean, it shouldn't be
half show of all
controversial to say
time.
this was
Half show of
just
all
an
time.
objectively bad performance, right? We don't need to kid ourselves.
You can join the bar by spread the word. Like the bonfire, they call the girls.
Anyway, Prince is number one. Best halftime show of all time.
If your political views compel you to sit through 40 minutes of middle
Oh, you,
All right,
you said
I
you,
gotta-
you said you said your opinion is Prince is the best one ever.
That's my opinion.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm biased, but I feel like, in my opinion, Bad Bunny's was the best. But then I'll put Michael Jackson right after Bad Bunny.
Michael Jackson's my number 2.
Yeah, Michael Jackson's the halftime show was amazing. Did you say you had to step up real quick, use the bathroom or something?
Yeah, man. I'll be back in 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, I'll keep the video paused. I gotta use the bathroom too. Y'all give us a
Alright.
moment. We'll be right back. All right.
jean shorts, it might be time for some reevaluating. The most divorced dad coded thing I think I've ever seen, and I can somehow smell the ashtrays come point themselves. Couldn't even get the songs cleared to repost on Twitter. It's their event, and because of copyright, all they can do is slap a still image on the timeline to promote. I mean, it's just fucking sad. Though to be fair, a still image probably hides how bad the dog water performance truly was, so maybe it's green. Such an all-star lineup consisted of names like Lee Brice, Brantley Gilbert, Gabby Barrett, and Grant Bryant. I just made up that last guy, but I bet you couldn't even tell. The second they released this star-studded cast of characters, 2 thoughts popped into my mind. One, that clip of Norm Macdonald at the YouTube Awards from 2013.
All the stars are here.
It's true.
Beardy Man, Claude Racine, Dax Flame, Betty Fine,
You got it.
and Raffi Fine, all the stars.
And 2, they have no choice but to rally around whatever D-lister gives them the time of day. Sometimes it's this guy or this ogre, and other times it's Kid Rock.
No Rogaine in the propane flow. The chosen one, I'm the living proof.
Graduate of Yale Law School, by the way. But considering the administration's deep ties to a certain financier, Kid Rock might actually be the perfect fit after all. I will not be Osmosis Jones soundtrack? Who the fuck made that call? The film is rated PG.
My name is
we got that reggaeton. Today, we're gonna be making beats you guys send me, okay? So let's go.
Chinchi, please do my beat.
So that's why Trump likes him. I mean, these guys have been weirdly close for a while. One of my favorite moments from Trump's first term is when he apparently sought Kid Rock's expert advice on America's foreign policy towards North Korea and the Middle East. I'm not sure how many people remember this happening, but it's so funny to me. He told Tucker Carlson that he and Trump were looking at maps and was wondering, am I supposed to be in on this shit? Yeah, I'm wondering that too. But I mean, who wouldn't want to perform alongside such a generational talent? In a statement leading up to the event, Brantley Gilbert wrote online that we're celebrating 250 years as a country, and it's been more than 20 years. I respect that some people may see this differently, but I'm not playing this show to be divisive. Yeah, how could that possibly be the case? Are you stupid? Because this entire thing was kind of created to be divisive. They cobbled this together in the first place because Bad Bunny was announced as the actual Super Bowl headliner, and right on cue, reactionaries all over the who has been granted the largest stage with the greatest
I'm here, bro. I just continued the video while you were gone.
audience in the middle of a Christian revival. This is by
So they're saying that, right? But you know, there's cursing occurring in that show. You decide to bring out Kid Rock, who's known to have some pretty questionable lyrics towards younger people. Um, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like MAGA and the right really lost. They dropped the ball on this one big time. Like a lot of people are gonna leave their how should I say stop following them or leave their they're gonna lose a lot of support behind this because I'm just gonna give one quick opinion and then I'll finish on the statement on this video with this is my opinion is if your goal is to do the all-American football, right, and you don't want to out here and you do this TPUSA, like I took it personal. You do this TPUSA thing just because Bad Bunny singing in Spanish at the Super Bowl. That I'm fine with that too. But my concern is why is it all white people that you're putting on the show to perform? Why didn't they bring out Nicki Minaj, who's been pretty recently a pretty staunch supporter of MAGA? Why didn't they bring out any of the black country singers? There's black country singers. I'll leave you to continue and give your 2 cents on this.
No, man, I was listening to you. Sorry, I'm literally just burping. But no, man, that's because it's a bunch of crackers or Uncle Tom's. At the end of the day, that's really what they're trying to do. Is I mean, if you could name a single Kid Rock song that changed your life, I'm sorry, you might be kind of a moron. And
yeah,
I don't. And the thing is, like, funny you bring up like the what's his name, Brantley Gilbert, I think is his name. When they were performance, he did like a little like hip hop like track. I didn't watch the show, but I watched like a little 30-second clip of it, and it's like, well, where do you think you got that rhyme scheme from, my amigo? It's not from a white guy.
So, cultural appropriation in a sense is what you're saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, 100%.
And actually, let's switch up to this. Jake Paul, the stuff he said was very offensive towards Bad Bunny. We're gonna look up that actually. And I want your opinion on that. Here, we'll do this little short video right here, right? Let's see what this guy's
So
saying.
Logan Paul and Jake Paul are once again in the news for doing something pretty stupid. This time, Jake Paul decided to call out Bad Bunny and the Super Bowl halftime show, claiming that Bad Bunny is a fake American citizen on Twitter, even getting to the point that Logan Paul had to step in and disagree with his own brother publicly, which is funny because Jake Paul lives in Puerto Rico.
You and Jake both relocated down here. This wasn't just overnight.
So Jake and I have always been pretty strategic. Jake and I were both done with California. I called him, I'm like, hey dude, I'm driving around Puerto Rico right now. I really think you should check this out. Like, this place is beautiful. And then he came and we both fell in love with it.
Bad Bunny also lives and was born in Puerto Rico, which, by the way, is a U.S. territory, which definitionally would make Bad Bunny a U.S. citizen. Now, Jake Paul ended up putting out this tweet yesterday saying, purposely turning off the halftime show. Okay. Let's rally together and show big corporations that they can't just do whatever they want without consequences, which equals viewership for them. You are their
The
benefit.
Paul brothers
Realize you
live
have
and
power.
thrive off
Turn off
controversy. They built their entire careers off them. Credit to them. They're both multimillionaires.
Well, my thing is, and I want your opinion on this. How are you gonna sit there and call Bad Bunny a fake American when they showed that Bad Bunny's ancestry actually has been in Puerto Rico longer than Donald Trump's ancestry has been in America?
Oh, because
They said
the facts don't matter to them. It's the appearance of facts. That's all it
it's
is.
agenda. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
all agenda.
it's agenda. No, it doesn't actually matter. I mean, because if again, Logan and Jake Paul, they're just all controversy. They've been making that money that way for a decade. And again, all credit to them. That's how they make their money. I don't believe a single word either one of them says because they're just in it for publicity. They're just in it for money.
Mhm.
So I
So
don't trust anything
they're
either
pretty
one of
much
them says.
they're pretty much just trolls, is what you're saying.
100%, 100%.
So we're gonna
And
jump into. Go ahead, I'm listening.
no, I was going to put a little bow on that. Neither one of them has ever had a single intellectual opinion that I've heard that I respect, but I respect them for their money making acumen.
Yeah, you respect their
They've
hustle. Their hustle. That's
that
it.
is, I can't knock it. I can't knock it.
Mhm.
They live comfortable lives. They're handsome white gentlemen,
So
but
now we're gonna.
they
Go
make
ahead.
a
I'm
lot of
sorry.
money.
No,
No,
you're
that's
right.
it. That was
All right, so now we're gonna jump into the latest
Bondi, you go
situation with
right
Pam
ahead.
Bondi. She was this was about 2 days ago, but this is just a mess. This whole situation. It feels like when you
I
watch
got.
these hearings,
I'm
it's
doing
just
my
a circus.
Birdman hand rub.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're getting ready. Let's watch, and then I'm gonna let you have this one. I want to hear your opinion, but let's watch.
I'm over here. The time is yours.
Thank you. First, he brought up the president saying they indicted me twice. They sure did. They tried to impeach him twice. And you, Mr. Nadler, were one of the leads on the impeachment. I was on the other side. I lived that with you. During impeachment, you said the president conspired, sought foreign interference in the 2016 election. Robert Mueller found no evidence, none,
Shout out to
of
Stone
foreign
IPA.
interference in
Delicious
2016.
IPA.
Have you apologized to President
Give us a
Trump?
sponsorship.
Have you apologized to President Trump, all of you who participated in those impeachment hearings against Donald Trump? You all should be apologizing. You sit here and you attack the president, and I am not going to have it. I'm not going to put up with it. You know, all they want to do, all the American people need to know this. They are talking about Epstein today. This has been around since the Obama administration. This administration released over 3 million pages of documents, over 3 million. And Donald Trump signed that law to release all of those documents. He is the most transparent president in.
She just sounds. She's just a child complaining that she didn't get as much M&Ms as another kid did. She is just whining to whine. Like her entire job is just to be deflection and be like, but I don't like that.
Hmm
She has no points. She has no salient information. She has nothing of worth to say at any point in this injuncture.
So I want you
Anyway,
to,
sorry.
I want you to dispute something though for me, and
Yeah.
which is what the argument happens a lot from the right, which I kind of understood this argument when they say, why weren't these files released during Obama time? Why weren't these files released during the Biden presidency? What's your opinion on that?
No, I agree. Because they should have been released. I know. I have no issue with that.
Okay, and also, I saw someone. I have to look this up to see if it's. I have to fact check this. But someone refuted that the reason it wasn't released during the Biden administration is because those files were sealed and they weren't allowed to unseal them for whatever reason. I think it's because they were still in the process of investigation. Is that correct?
I haven't looked into it. I think it was 2009. I believe it was 2009 when Jeffrey Epstein was convicted as a pedophile, as a child trafficker.
Hmm
it's one of those things where it's again. I don't care if it's Trump, if it's Obama, if it's Clinton.
Do
I
me a
don't
favor
care.
and say PDF moving forward so YouTube doesn't demonetize us.
Got you, brother.
But I'm
But no,
listening.
like when these PDFs, I mean, I'm sorry, they should absolutely be investigated. They should be arrested. I don't have any excuse for why Obama covered it up, why Biden covered it up. I no, I have no defense for that. I agree.
So you
That,
tend to
that
be
doesn't.
left. Go ahead, I'm listening. Sorry.
Yeah. No. I was done.
Yeah, so you tend to be more left leaning than me. I tend to be more right leaning. Can you agree with me? And I will say, I don't care if it was Trump, I don't care who it was, that anyone who was involved with Epstein, and even as far as knowing what's going on, is complicit, and they should be held to the highest terms of the legal system in the sense of punishment. Do you agree with me on that?
100%.
Yeah. So
No,
this is
no
not a
doubt.
left-right issue. It's not a Democrat-Republican issue. And that's what she's doing with deflecting. The point is everyone needs to be held accountable. If you were
Yes.
doing PDF stuff, if you were in the process of trafficking, whatever it was, you should be held accountable. And that's the problem in America where the rich and elites are not held to the same legal requirements as the rest of us. It's all about money.
The best way I heard this description a few years back. So if you're a poor guy and you get a parking ticket, you get two parking tickets. Oh gosh darn it. You might go to jail over that. A rich guy? That's well, whatever. I don't care. Here's $500. They live by a different set of rules and laws than we do.
Yep.
And then when you look at the ultra rich, and it's an entirely different. They're in a different stratosphere. You can do whatever you want. Name me the last billionaire that's been arrested. I mean, the last one was what, Diddy? That's because he messed
No,
up
and
pretty bad.
Diddy wasn't even a billionaire yet. He was like in the
No,
hundreds of millions, the high hundreds. He was supposed to
you
be a millionaire because he was in a legal battle with Diageo because he said that the liquor company that makes Ciroc, they
Mhm.
hadn't paid him correctly. It was kind of like a situation like almost like Kanye where he was going against rich elites and they just went back at him and
Mhm.
just like, okay, you want to fight us? We're gonna throw you in jail, pretty
But
much.
yeah, I mean, name me a single billionaire who's been arrested in the last, I don't know, 200 years.
Let's see.
You,
Let's research that.
and I'm not saying just for the USA. I'm saying globally. I mean, they live in a stratosphere where they're untouchable.
You said in the last how many years?
Uh,
20?
you put whatever you want. I said 200, but you you let me know, man. I guarantee you can't
Well,
find one.
we do know Bernie Madoff. I think he was a billionaire. He went to prison. And then it
Mhm.
says 2006 was the last time, so barely 20 years. WorldCom CEO Bernard Ebbers began serving a 25-year sentence in federal prison for his role in a massive $11 billion accounting fraud at the time of Ebbers' sentencing. Ebbers died in 2020, just 1 month after his early release from prison, and he got released early. Yeah, that's the only one that I see in the last 20 years.
Mhm.
Let's see, hundreds. Let's do the whole century, because I don't think there were any billionaires before. I think Rockefeller was the first billionaire, if I'm not mistaken.
Uh,
Last billionaire.
if we would go back,
I'm listening.
I mean, I actually do have a favorite billionaire. I don't know if you've heard of Mansa Musa.
Mansa Musa? No, never heard of him.
We're going back. I'm gonna be wrong. I'm gonna say 1400, something like that. Dude came out of Mali. He was maybe the richest person that's ever lived. He went on a tour from Africa, and he went and he made his pilgrimage to Mecca because he was a Muslim, and he literally bankrupted countries because he spent so much money there. He literally like
So,
overinflated the country there. It's a fascinating story.
so Sam Bankman-Fried was another one, the big crypto guy. He was a billionaire when he got arrested. So, I mean,
He was
billionaires have been
again,
arrested.
yeah, but again, scapegoat man. Like if you piss off enough people in that upper level stream, they're gonna get to you.
Hmm.
But if you play nice, shake hands, yeah, you don't have too much to worry about.
Yeah, for instance, like Jay-Z, his name came up in the Epstein files, and I know that you said that, you had to look that all up and you're like, whoa, but he hasn't been touched yet. He was involved, he came out in the Diddy files and all the stuff involved with
Mhm.
Diddy, his name came up. and then his name came up in these Epstein files. And he's one of the ones, like you said, that plays nice. You know, he does whatever, you know, the rich agenda asks him to do to an extent. Um, Joaquin Guzman, El Chapo, he was a billionaire, but that's a different type of billionaire. He's
Yeah.
unofficial. That's unofficial. Um, John Kapoor, he did 3.5 years. He was a billionaire, but 3.5 years, that's a slap on the wrist. Thomas Quoke, he served 3 years. He's worth 1.9 billion. Michael Milken, he served 2 years. He's worth 6.5 billion. So I mean, we have had, but it looks like all of this stuff has happened after the 2000s, and I feel like there's a big purge on corrupt billionaires or there's an attempt to purge on corrupt billionaires these days, in which they're trying to hold people accountable more nowadays. But it's not like, let's say the Epstein files were true, for instance, most of it, you know, 2.5, 3 years, that's probably something for fraud or, something petty, maybe domestic violence, something stupid, something that's not a huge deal. Yeah, domestic violence, no one should get involved in that. You should not. But compared to PDF or trafficking minors, that's a different realm as opposed to, just doing a little bit of, fraud
Mhm.
or any white collar crimes, for instance. And if you got you're a white collar criminal, you're not going to like a bad prison. You're going to a very low security prison. You don't got to worry about
Uh,
getting stabbed. You know what I mean? Like, it's compared to going to like a high security, maximum security.
you
Go
got
ahead.
to be about worrying about being, like, oh no, I might lose at badminton at 3 p.m.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna be able to go play pinochle before after dinner or something like that. Like, yeah.
Mm.
Um. So let's continue to see how immature this woman was acting. Who's supposed to be the Attorney General of the United States of America.
In the nation's history. And none of them asked Merrick Garland over the last 4 years one word about Jeffrey Epstein. How ironic is that? You know why? Because Donald Trump, the Dow right now is over. The Dow is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader, as I hear, Raskin.
So is that man wrong and laughing at her? Like, I think it's funny. Like, what, Steve? I'm sorry. Make what she just said make sense to me, bro. I'm sorry. You're of the same pigment of her. I'm Caucasian. Can you make this make sense to me? I mean, I'm not saying you're the same as her. You agree with her politics, but bro, make this make. I don't understand her as a Puerto Rican. I don't know what she's talking. What is she talking about, bro?
Now, repeat for me the line she said. I don't know if I'm on the same point as you. I just want to know exactly what she said so I can defend it as a proud white American.
All right, watch. I'll play again right now. And now.
Over. The Dow is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader, as I hear, Raskin. The Dow about Jeffrey Epstein. How ironic is that? You know why? Because Donald Trump, the
Oh, you
Dow right
talking about
now
the Dow
is over.
50,000 line, bro?
The Dow is over.
Correct. Bro, this is supposed to be a professional. It's supposed to be one of the highest positions in our country,
Uh-huh.
right? You're supposed to be an elite at your job, right? What was that? What just occurred
Misdirect?
in that?
It's misdirection because she has nothing to say. She has nothing to defend her position or the administration's position. No, she's just there to yell. She's there to yell, and like I wouldn't call her pretty, but she's a blonde white woman wearing white makeup.
I'm just
That's
saying this.
that's what it
This is
comes down
something.
to.
This is something I don't care that they do on CNN. I don't care that they do in Fox. I don't care that they do in MSNBC or maybe on YouTube or independent media. But when
Mhm.
this is occurring in the chambers of our government, right? In the chambers of whatever looks like Congress, right? In a hearing or whatever's going on there. This is
It's
humiliating.
embar- It's
It's
an embarrassing
embarrassing,
as a
yeah.
nation, man. It's
This is our country
absolutely.
now. This is the country we live in right now. Where all they do is argue and banter and scream at each other and deflect and blame and what's going on here? I'm sorry to go on, but give me your opinion. Like, what's going on?
Well, it's because how do I put this politely in a short matter? I mean, we live in a fascist nation. We live in an oligarchy. We live in a money that's built to send money straight upwards and do nothing else. Like when you look at China, yeah, they're corrupt as shit. But guess what? They funnel a lot of money into their infrastructure. They actually build train lines, they build roads, they actually have healthcare. America doesn't have any of that. We spend all of our money on military and police forces because we know at some point the people are going to start getting pissed off. And they realize that, well, we got to keep that in check now, don't we? Because voting ain't doing it anymore, man. It's like I have love. I have love for my fellow man. I always try to. I heard this quote a while ago from a guy. I don't have to like everybody, but I want to try to love everybody. And I guess the point I'm trying to bring it back around to is that I just want people to come together as a nation and understand that things are bad and that we need to come together as people if we want to fix this sort of thing. Because our elites are not doing it. They realize they can get away with anything. I mean, when the Epstein files came out, when Trump got not voted out of office, but he got, sorry, I'm forgetting the word, but depresidentialized. That's a terrible way to put
You
that.
mean impeached or voted
Impeached,
out?
thank you.
Yeah.
Impeached, thank you. He got impeached twice. You realize the rules don't apply anymore. And they haven't applied for about maybe 10 years now. And so I think it's down to the people to realize that we need to come together and build this country and make it something great again. And I'm not saying MAGA, because I want all people in America to be involved. Immigrants are what makes this country great, and it always has been. Since 1776, it always has been immigrants making this country great. We have the smartest people, we have the most driven people, we have the most intelligent people. And I'm not trying to short out any country, sorry. I've been watching the Winter Olympics. I'm feeling a little bit of national pride. But I just want people in America to come together. Because I would rather love than hate, man. I would much rather love than hate. I got off on a bit of a tangent there. I apologize, but it's when it comes to Pam Bondi, she's one of those people that thrives off driving people apart from each other. She's one of those people that says, "Oh, I don't know. Oh, you must not know what you're talking about. Oh, you must be a hater." To sum up her entire deposition. And it just frustrates me so much. Because we could do so much better as a nation. We could do so much. And I'm talking for the Democratic Party, for the Republican Party, for the independent parties. All right, I'm done. Pardon me.
Let's go on to the moment where
I have a UC.
Ted Lieu, well, I think he's a congressman, caught
My boy.
Pam Bondi in a lie. So let's watch this.
Ms. Crockett from Texas is recognized for UC.
Thank you so much. Donald Trump's approval rating implodes on his strongest issue. This is from Newsweek today. It says 40% of people approve of Trump's handling of immigration and border security, while 60% disapprove.
Without objection,
that is a
admitted.
net drop
Now I recognize the gentleman
20.
from California, Mr. Lieu.
Thank you, Attorney General Bondi, for being here today. I'm going to show you two photos.
Thank you.
I'm going to show you two photos of former Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein.
By the way, y'all, he's no longer a prince. He's just Andrew now. They took away that title.
Under the law Congress passed, you were allowed to redact photos to protect the victims of Epstein's sex trafficking operation. You redacted the photos of this victim's face because you were following the congressional law. Is that correct?
I'm sorry that we redacted the victim's
Because you were
face.
following the congressional law, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You have now established that please put the photos back up, that we are looking at a sex trafficking victim. Under the Federal Victims Trafficking Protection Act, not only is Jeffrey Epstein guilty, but anyone who patronizes Epstein's sex operation is also guilty of a crime. That's why I find it absolutely despicable that you sought to protect Epstein's clients, like former Prince Andrew. Last July, you closed the case on Epstein's abusers. The July 2025 memo from your Department of Justice stated, quote, "We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties." These two photos, please put the photos back up. These two photos staring you in the face are evidence of a crime and more than enough evidence to predicate an investigation against former Prince Andrew. So I ask you, Attorney General Pam Bondi, why did you shut down this investigation last July, and why have you not prosecuted former Prince Andrew?
That right there is proof that they are protecting elites. I don't know why. I don't know how nobody can see that. And I voted for Trump. I will tell you that is proof what he just said. I'm gonna continue the video and then I'll get your reaction, Steve.
I don't believe you asked Merrick Garland these questions when he was Attorney General and set before.
I agree with you.
You twice.
I'm reclaiming my time. I agree with you. I agree with you. During the Biden administration, I called for people looking at Epstein files. Merrick Garland dropped the ball, as did Attorney General Bill Barr, as did Alex Acosta, a whole string of failures. But you are in charge. You have the power to change things, to hold these men accountable, and you're doing the opposite. You're protecting them. So I want to move on to another man.
Can I answer
Donald
that,
Trump.
though?
I want to move on to another
Can I
question.
answer your question about protecting
You answered the question.
You're saying no. I love this.
I want to discuss another man, Donald Trump, who is all over the Epstein files, like former Prince. Here's the video. Like former Prince Andrew, Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
All right, man. Let's see if anything new to tell me. I'm not learning anything new from this.
Okay, no, let me get your opinion. Go ahead. Just wanted to show the video. That's why I'm doing that, to show the viewers. Go ahead.
I mean, if you truly don't believe that Donald Trump is a pedophile at this point, I don't know what to tell you, man.
PDF, bro, PDF.
Sorry, I apologize. If you don't believe Donald Trump is a PDF, he is so far gone into that realm. He has been named multiple times in many, many, many documents. He's been best friends with Jeffrey Epstein. I don't know what to tell you other than you're defending a PDF. You are. I don't know how you can be a fan of this person at any realm, at any political position at this point, or anybody that supports him. It's just, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm crazy.
So have you listened to the story of Sasha Riley?
The name is familiar, the story is not.
Whenever you get the chance, I need you to research it. We maybe actually just do a live, and which we do a separate live where we go over everything on the that Sasha Riley talks about. We'll listen to it. We'll make our opinion and everything. But there's some pretty how should I say pretty strong allegations against Trump in the in a sense it's called like the interview of Sasha Riley. I would urge you to watch the video, listen to to his story, and honestly, it gave me a different view of Trump that a lot of people don't and have never seen, and that's why this all correlates because Sasha Riley also comes up in the Epstein files too.
Well, you have to tell me because I mean, I've told you time and time again, man. I've hated Trump before The Apprentice. I've hated Trump since hell. I was like maybe 12 years old.
So let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this, right? Which is which is something that someone from the right will often respond to you with, and it's not a gotcha, but it's a good response back to someone who obviously hates Trump. Would you say it's obviously not a real medical condition, obviously, but would you say that when they say that you have TDS, would you say that they're accurate, or do you just think that that's all BS that people would say that?
You say TDS?
Yeah, Trump derangement syndrome, they call it.
Oh my god. No. No. Again, I've hated Trump. I told you, I just hated Trump before that was ever even a thing.
Yeah, I
No,
understand.
goodness, no.
I understand what you're saying by that, and you're saying you hate you didn't like him ever since before that was even a term, since before he went down the escalator. But they would say that because in other words, their response is, "You hate Trump. Tell me why you hate Trump," is what they're gonna ask you, right? So tell me why you hate the man. Tell me that first. Just in general, I
I
don't care what you talk about. Just tell me why you have that feeling towards him. Tell me that first.
racism, shyster, terrible businessman about someone who has built his career about being a businessman, liar, uh, rapist. Sorry,
Grapist. What you mean?
rapist. Yeah, that's what I meant. My apologies. I deceitful tax fraud. I terrible hair. Lies about
Okay,
his weight,
okay,
his age, and his health. Oh man,
okay.
I could
Let's
go on,
go.
bro.
Yeah, let's go back to a couple of the stances that you have in the sense of terrible hair. I'm gonna let you have that. I'm not even gonna question that. Um, liar, you're correct. He has been caught lying, and but also Trump gets put sometimes in a category where they don't take whatever he says completely in context, and they just take what he says and they just make it something else. So people do that, but at the same time, he has been caught lying. The one I want to go back to and I want to discuss with you is two of them. One is he said doesn't pay his taxes, right? Um, but Trump is not doing anything illegal by not paying those taxes because there's loopholes in the system that benefit the rich. Can't you say that? It's
That's
correct that
making
there
me
are loopholes.
that's making me defend the loopholes for the tax, which I
Mhm.
completely despise. But yeah, you're not wrong.
Okay. Now another question I have is you said bad businessman, right?
Terrible.
Terrible businessman. Why do you categorize him as a terrible businessman and explain to me why? And then I'll either refute or agree with you.
Trump vodka, Trump steaks, Trump casinos.
Okay.
All three failed. If
Okay.
you can't run a casino that makes money, especially when your landlord father set up the business and the land for you, you don't know a lot about what you're doing.
Okay.
He's been in debt for the majority of his life. He also set up a Bitcoin, or not Bitcoin, what do they call it? Goodness, the
Yeah,
cryptocurrency.
the Trump coin. Yeah.
He did what they call I, I can't remember again. Like I'm forgetting right now. It's like a pump and dump, but it's like, hey, sell high,
Oh
sell
yeah,
high,
I know
sell
what you're
high.
talking about. Yeah, I
The
know what you're
price
talking
drops.
about. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
he's living most of his life.
they build yeah, I know what you're talking about with the crypto. Sorry to interrupt, but pretty much they build a fake coin with the crypto, and then
Yes,
off of
sir.
their attention and their fans, they bring people to buy. They run it up, and then the person that owns the crypto, which is the celebrity, influencer, or politician, whoever it is, then what they do
Hmm.
is they sell everything that they just sold, so they sell for a profit, and then everyone else on the way down loses because they all lost money on the way
Hey,
up. Pretty much pump and dump.
The Hawk Chua girl did the same thing. So
Yeah, how
cheers to
Chiwogo
her.
did it. That's a good example. And yeah, so okay, so you gave very good arguments in the sense of why you
There was
believe he is a
he's
bad
also
businessman.
there was
Go ahead.
also back when he was a kid. Not a kid, but I guess like late teenage 20s, like when his dad was running the real estate business. They were known to not rent properties out to black people. Like they would have black people come in and they'd say like, "Hey, I can pay the rent. I have credit, blah blah blah," that sort of thing. And they'd refuse them. Then we'd have a white couple come in and say the same thing with lesser credit, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, come on in." It's proven. And then there's been multiple buildings where they had brought in Polish workers and like Eastern European workers, and they said, "Oh well, actually, the job's done. We really can't afford to pay you guys. Sorry." The dude's he's built his entire career off of just lying and bullshitting about shit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a good
Sorry,
argument.
BSing.
Yeah. That's that. No, I understand. No, you're fine. No, I mean those are good arguments. I would say, which is not a good argument. It's not a good argument, but it's the only argument the conservatives have to defend Trump, in which they say what they do is they deflect it to the person that's asking the question, like kind of like what Charlie Kirk did in one of his little get-togethers or events where they go, okay, then the response is how many $1 billion have you made? Which is true. It's very hard to make billions of dollars, like, and for him to be worth $3 to $4 billion, would you call that him being a failure, or would you say that he was just using the system and took advantage of the system?
No, I mean, most people who are billionaires have built their backs off empires of depriving people of resources or taking over other businesses. The only remotely ethical billionaires I can think of are Warren Buffett and Mark Cuban and Richard Branson. Those are guys who have made very wise investments and played their money right. And you look at the billionaires who have actually given back to the world, they've given less than 1% of their wealth back to the world. So my argument for Mark Cuban is he started GoodRx, not GoodRx, I forget the name of the company, but he's trying to make pharmaceuticals cheaper. Richard Branson made flights, reasonably within price. And Warren Buffett has already given 60% of his, it's like 90 billion, I think he's worth. He's given 60 billion away with that, and then he plans when he dies, the rest of it goes out into charity. And not into charities that he owns, but to actual funds that will benefit the world. Every other billionaire has done jack for this planet. When you become a billionaire, you are taking the profit from the people and you're bringing it into your own pocket. There's no ethical way to be a billionaire. If I gave you $100 million right now, are you, your kids, and your grandkids, they're going to be set for life,
Of course, yeah, it's generational wealth.
So multiply that by 10 times, you got $1 billion. How much money does Elon Musk have right now? It's $143 billion.
I think he has more than that. Elon Musk is worth, I think, he's worth more than that.
It could be. He's trying to become the first trillionaire.
Yeah, he's in the 500s, I think. Yeah, no, 800s. He's almost a trillionaire. He's got 852 billion.
Yeah. No, these people do not give a damn about us. There's no. We talked about this the other night. When money is not moving, it does not stimulate the economy. When the stock market is going up and up and up, it only benefits the people that are benefiting from it. We get a little trickle down, yeah, the middle class, lower class, especially if you make smart stock investments, sure. But you're getting a little drop. You're getting off of a rain cloud that's pouring down. These billionaires do not give a heck about you or any of these people. And what Pam Bondi is doing is defending them. Because she's sucking from that tea right there. And so is every one of Trump's little cronies. If they're not doing that to make money, they're doing that because they're white supremacists. They want white people to stay in control and be in control. All right, I'm done. Sorry. Went on a little bit of a rant there.
I appreciate you for that rant. No, you're fine. Look at something else here. We had a few viewers come in and go. I mean, little by little, we get more and more, viewers on here. Let's see what Andrew Schultz had to say on this whole Jake Paul situation.
There's a lot of dumb Americans that think Puerto Ricans aren't U.S. citizens. That's part of it.
I disagree with Andrew Schultz.
Truly believe that. No, there's some.
What'd you say?
Andrew Schultz helped Trump get elected in the first place.
Oh, I know, but I just like to hear everyone's opinion, whether it's left or right. I just want to hear everyone. I just want to see what they're gonna say here in this conversation.
Fair
They
enough.
get punched in the head a lot, and then they think they're fake Americans.
Oh, wait a minute. I feel like this is targeted.
I'm just saying there's some people that are dumb and think that Puerto Ricans aren't U.S. citizens. And to those people, I would say, fuck you. But
but like, who are you talking about?
No, I'm just saying,
bro.
I'm just saying if
it feels like you're talking about Jake Paul. That's what it feels like right now.
Friend of the show. Wait, is he dumb? Does he not know that Puerto Ricans are American citizens?
Well, he must know because he lives there.
I mean, I would think he knows. Wait, what's this? Wait, turn off the halftime. A fake American citizen. Oh, no, he's a dummy. He's a fucking dummy. So fuck Jake Paul.
Bro,
and fuck everybody.
You
who
had him
thinks
on the
like Jake
pod.
Paul.
You invited him on the podcast.
That was him? It was Logan.
No, you invited Jake on the show. You wanted to talk to him specifically.
Yo, y'all all look alike because I thought we had the other one.
We had both of them on. When we were talking to Tony Ayo and Uncle Murda last week, did you think it was just you were seeing double?
They were twins.
I wouldn't say that.
Nah, but this is really corny, and I see you backtracking it now. So if
what did he initially say? Why don't you bring up the initial tweet, Joey?
I think this is the initial one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. He goes, purposely turning off the halftime show. Let's rally together and show big corporations they can't just do whatever they want to without consequences. Which
shows too much, Mike. So.
Oh, sorry. Which equals viewership for them. Turn off this halftime. A fake American citizen performing who publicly hates America. I cannot support that.
Dude, he got hacked, bro. He said he got hacked.
No, he didn't.
Maybe it was a typo. Maybe he typed it wrong. Maybe.
Yeah, that's what happens when you start talking about Jake.
Yeah.
If Miles takes your mic, you shut your ass up and go back to dancing.
Yo, Miles, fix my mic, bitch.
Yeah, there we go. Deserve.
All right, we back. We back.
All right, so what happened? So Jake said that I don't understand the fake American citizen thing. That doesn't even make sense. He knows they're American citizens. He lives there.
I don't think he does. I think he got punched in the head too many times by Anthony Joshua.
So you think he forgot?
Yeah.
I think he's like acutely aware that it's part of America because there's a very favorable tax code there.
Oh, that's true. But maybe that's all he knows about the island.
Ah, so it's like a tax haven.
Yes, yeah.
Bro, it's being misinterpreted, bro. He's literally said the problem with my tweet is that the word fake is being misinterpreted. He's not a fake citizen, obviously, because he's Puerto Rican and I love Puerto Rico and all Americans who support the country. More so, Bad Bunny's fake because his values and criticisms of our great country. You were intentionally trying to misinterpret his tweet because you're a hater, because you have JDS.
All right, so if that's funny.
You have JDS, dude. You got Jake derangement.
That is funny.
You're hating on a friend of the show, one of your homies that you invited to come on the podcast. You're just hating on him for views and clicks. You're rage baiting right now.
Steve, you were right. That's a bunch of BS what they're doing right now, especially that guy right there that I paused. Like, he is completely full of it. There is no reason. And that response initially by the Puerto Rican who responded to Jake, that was my response. Like, oh, are you stupid? Are you just trying to offend us? Like, being able to argue the system or being able to protest against the system is what makes America great. Is it not? Like, that's what gives us our freedom of speech and freedom to the press and all that, right? So how is he a fake American by using his freedom of speech to speak Spanish or to be anti-ICE? That's not anti-American. That's actually, like you said, the foundations in which America was built, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, let me get more of your opinion. I'm sorry I rambled on, but what do you got to say about this dodo right here? And what was being said there?
No, I really didn't say anything. I was watching the clip. Who was it? Was the Puerto Rican guy? The guy with the dreads, sunglasses?
Correct. Yeah, the first initial guy, he had the Puerto Rican flag on his so most likely he's either full-blooded Puerto Rican or full Puerto Rican ethnic background and maybe mixed black and Puerto Rican, something like that.
Okay.
He had the flag on.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, it's
I know, bro. I know.
Without going on another rant, man, it's just how I just don't understand how you defend this guy anymore, especially because what Bad Bunny did in that halftime show is he gave an incredible show.
He put on a clinic.
And yes, it was excuse me, it was fantastic. And it was just like he demonstrated the beauty of, I don't know whether to call it nation, the territory, that sort of thing. But like when it came to the light poles, when it came to the sugar cane, when it came to the baddies dancing, it's like, oh man, you saw all the great parts of Puerto Rico right there. But it also showcases, like, with the structures, with the power structure in Puerto Rico. Sugarcane, that's how Puerto Rico, kind of got on the map. And then the power structure, they have failures, that sort of thing. They get hit by hurricanes all the time. But then you show the beauty of the people. You show the love that the people have. And I just don't understand how you disavow any of that.
So how did? No, I agree. I want to show a clip.
These three end up in
According
this
to what you're
Vegas
talking
speakeasy with a
about.
story
Let me
no one
let
will
this
believe.
ad go
It
by.
began with ringside.
So I want to show you a clip, right? Real quick, little 5-second clip. This was my best part of the halftime. One of my favorite parts of the halftime show was this clip right here. I'm gonna show you real quick. Let's see, where's it at? I'm gonna find it here. I don't want to get copyrighted here, but I want to show a specific clip where he goes to pretty much shows the women. Oh, right here. Watch this right here. Do you see those three women right there? Right where I paused it. I'm gonna let you catch up and see where I paused it. That's Puerto Rico in a nutshell. You got the African. You got the African on the right. You know that she has mostly more African background. You got the Taina in the middle. She's more of a caramel skin complexion, and then you got the light skinned white girl on the left. She's more Spaniard in her. And the thing
I
is,
see. Okay.
all
No,
three
I
of them,
got you.
man, all three of them are Puerto Rican. You can't say one is more or less than the other. They're all Puerto Rican. You see my point? Like,
Yeah, man.
and that connects
No,
with what you were
absolutely.
saying that that show was multiculturally diverse. If you didn't speak, I mean, the other day I saw a video of some Indian women just watching the halftime show, just celebrating and dancing, and all. I was like, wow, look, and they don't understand a word of what we're saying, right? So,
And that's one of my favorite things. We talked about this, that Bad Bunny, he said, well, somebody asked him, like, well, what do people don't speak Spanish? He said, well, you don't need to speak Spanish. You just need to know how to dance. And so now, let me show you how to dance.
very true, very true.
Hey, I can marchetta.
Oh, you can?
Oh, yeah.
I'd love
I
to
don't have
see
the
that.
space. I don't have the space to do it right now, but I can.
Um,
8 days ago.
so Obama had a response to the whole situation with the Super Bowl, and it was pretty interesting. I want to get your response to that on what he said. Let me go right to the point of where Obama speaks in the video, and then I'll get your response from that. There we go.
Imagine being able to
This
build an
ad.
app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Their interview. Obama's words about Bad Bunny's performance cut through all the noise. It wasn't political, it resonated. It was smart because it wasn't preaching. It was showing. It was demonstrating and displaying. This is what a community is.
Wasn't political. Bad Bunny's halftime show.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah.
Well, it resonated. It was smart because it wasn't preaching. It was showing. It was demonstrating and displaying. This is what a community is. And people who did not speak Spanish and have never been to Puerto Rico, they saw that elderly woman serving a drink and the kids dancing with their grandmas, and it was intergenerational, and it was a reminder of what Dr. King called the beloved community can look like.
He kept going. People who did not speak Spanish and have never been to Puerto Rico, they saw that elderly woman serving a drink and the kids dancing with their grandmas, and it was intergenerational, and it was a reminder of what Dr. King called the beloved community can look like. Complexity didn't escape Obama's analysis, which is not perfect, and it's messy sometimes, and I guarantee you not all those lyrics were probably correct. And if you translated them, you know, people are complicated. But there was a sense of, all right, there's room for everybody here. The interview covered other ground too, including recent events in Minnesota related.
No,
So, yeah.
again, what Obama has to say is exactly, I mean, that's kind of what I just said, man. I mean, they're American. Yeah, they speak Spanish, but they're still part of this community.
And there are some Mexican people who are from the West Coast whose lineage connects all the way back longer than America, that were Aztec, or that were Aztec Indians.
No, man. There's again, there's when white people came over here. Hell, we started in what? Would go back to
1492.
14?
That's when
Yeah, I
Spain.
mean,
I actually didn't know this. Puerto Rico was the first colonized territory of all the Americas, which is when Spain came in 1492.
that makes sense. Okay.
Mhm.
But I mean, yeah, man. I mean, people who have been, Hispanic of origin have been there way longer than any of us crackers have, man. But I love the celebration that Bad Bunny did of saying, "This is my heritage, this is my culture. I want to show it off to you." And he did an amazing job of that. I think it might not be my favorite Super Bowl halftime show, but I absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. Sat down and watched the whole thing. It was better than the actual Super Bowl itself.
Yeah, that game was a mess.
Yeah, a little bit buns.
Yeah, your boy Drake May he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready to be a
Don't call Drake. I like Drake May. Don't call him my boy. He plays for the Patriots.
Yeah, he wasn't ready though. He wasn't ready. He wasn't. Yeah. Who's your team again?
Steelers, baby.
Steelers. Well, that's another thing. I'm gonna let y'all know that me and Steve may do a podcast in which we discuss sports. We're not obviously not professionals. We're just fans here, but we would love for y'all to watch. Me and Steve do some sports, get some opinion. I see the Steelers up there. In football, I'm a Cowboys fan. I know the Cowboys are trash.
Oh, gross.
Jerry Jones need to go.
I mean, I would say he's going to die at some point soon, but I'm pretty sure that guy's a vampire.
Hmm. But yeah, I mean, it's been a good live. This was just a test live to make sure everything worked well. I'm probably gonna get the upgrade on Streamlabs so that I could have more people come on my lives. Just trying to build a community of people that think alike as us, and even if you don't think alike to what me and Steve think, have come in, give me your opinion. We're here to talk. We're here to have rhetoric, have discourse, have conversation, have debate. The only thing is
We love
I'm not here to disrespect anybody and just keep the insults to a minimum because, I don't want anybody to disrespect each other or anything like that because that's not what I'm here for. But yeah, have conversation.
Maybe that might be what I'm here for.
So, I mean, yeah, Steve doesn't filter
I don't hold
his
back.
opinion. Yeah. But I mean, if it's something to where, pretty soon I'm planning to get a panel going. So everyone will have their same allotted amount of time to give their discussion, give their argument. I don't know if it'll be 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So if Steve goes too crazy, I might have to mute his mic, but hopefully I don't have to do that.
I'll hold you to it, man.
Oh no, I will, like, especially if my thing is, look, it's not so much about interrupt. It's not so much about if you disagree with someone.